Welcome back to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name's Ricky.
My name's Angus.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Reem.
Yeah.
Hey, Reem the Dream. Thanks for joining us again.
So the biggest question I have for everyone is, or I guess for the guys, is that does it make you less of a man if someone else does something for you, especially a girl?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, what do you mean
Like,
by
hold your
something?
bags?
Yeah, like let's say you need help on something.
Okay.
Does it make you feel less of a man? Like I'm not capable of doing it.
Explain further. You mean like, can I get that glass of water?
Yeah, I need a glass of water.
In moments where you cannot get it.
Yes.
Okay. Very different.
Cue injured person.
Yeah, the reason
Right
why
here.
I brought this up is because I got a bunion surgery and I literally can't do nothing. So I've been asking my girlfriend Reem to do everything for me.
Mhm.
Literally, like, can you help me grab that? Can you wash the dishes? Even I don't even ask to wash it; she does it for me. But literally, like, most simplest stuff, like, can you pick that up for me? Like, it's in the other room. All this easy stuff, like, it's like no brainer. Anyone can do it, but because of my surgery, it's just so freaking hard to do stuff.
Right.
And then I personally feel awful when I ask people. The reason why I feel awful is because I don't want to bother you. I feel like it's such a burden
Yes.
for me to ask someone to do something for me. Even though it's something very simple, I still feel very bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know for you guys, but like
I think that's a very guy mentality, you know? It's like I don't want to cause trouble for somebody else to, you know?
feel less of a man kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Or I don't like the idea of somebody serving me kind of thing, or like doing.
It should be the other way around.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Ricky's like, that's going a little too far
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
right there.
But yeah, I think that's a really toxic masculinity thing that
Mindset.
I have like exact same perspective.
Do you think
too.
it's a traditional mindset?
Yeah, it's really traditional. Just like you, I was also recently injured with my lower back flaring up, and I couldn't even put my socks on. I couldn't even wipe my ass, actually. After taking a dump, I can wipe my ass.
Oh, damn.
I had to hop into the shower because I'm not going to call somebody to wipe my ass.
You didn't wipe before you went in? Oh, you couldn't?
No, it's like a bidet. You hop into the shower to
No,
clean it.
I didn't have my bidet with me.
Oh, you didn't have your bidet with you? No.
because I was in Toronto.
Wait,
Oh.
So you finished taking a dump and you went in the shower?
I did like a really half-assed job with whatever
okay.
I could motion, and then I hopped into the shower.
But then when you shower, you're standing with those poop juice
Oh yeah,
go down.
oh yeah.
Down. You're a soldier.
Hey, man,
Man,
desperate
what else am I gonna do? Right?
Yeah, you couldn't even like squat.
No, I
could you?
couldn't squat. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
Put on my socks. So yeah, I definitely luckily I had my girlfriend with me, so she was able to put my socks on for me and whatever, and I felt the exact same mentality, you know, like
You felt bad
I felt bad for having somebody else.
What'd
do
she
this for
say?
me. Well, she was
yelling at
more
you.
frustrated that I wouldn't let her help me. Yeah, was that a thing for you, Reem? Were you trying to help Angus with wiping his ass? Oh, sorry. Put on
Put on clothes.
I think it got to a point where I think he fell down a second time, and I felt like all the stuff that I was doing for him was futile. Because-
shit.
Damn.
And to me, it translated in a way where like what I was doing was not enough.
Oh.
But I also saw where he was coming from. He's so used to doing things for himself, and he also didn't want to be a burden because he doesn't like being a burden to anyone.
Yeah, like a good thing I explained to you, like our communication is pretty on point. Is I told you that, yeah, I felt pretty bad asking. Like I feel bad in general, just asking people to do stuff. Especially, it's like, hey, can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's like you're literally ordering the person around. Like my dad has done that for my whole entire life, so it makes you feel like you're a worker or a servant, right?
That's so, but you realize that's a very much of you're wrapping that
Mentality into
in, like,
now.
a really negative way.
Yeah, so a lot of people told me, like Aaron told me, and like my girlfriend Reem told me, you told me, like literally all my friends told me, it's like, hey, it's okay to ask for help. It's not a bad thing. Like people will help you if they're your good friends. If they mean a lot to you, they'll help you, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. But like even now, I still feel bad. Like I still feel bad, but I'm trying to push that to the side and tell myself it's okay to have someone help me. So it's just something, I think it's just like a very old mindset I have, like very traditional, where I'm trying to undo that. But it's hard, right? Because I grew up like that, and I just don't feel good.
It's when I know for sure if Reem had an up onion surgery, you would do everything in your power to do what, like, to help her, right? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
yeah. So roles reversed. Yeah, it's totally okay, and you gotta let her reciprocate and show you her way of caring and demonstrating that, right?
Right.
Derek, have you ever felt pure physical helplessness where you couldn't do something?
I don't think so. Because I was like, if you're talking about like injury wise, like with you and your back and I guess with this bunion surgery,
did you say onion?
I said onion.
Yo, I got an onion.
You got an onion surgery.
I got an onion issue. You know, I love onions.
I don't think I've ever been injured to that point.
But would you feel bad if you asked your girlfriend to do a bunch of stuff for you? Like, hey, do this, do that, do this. Like, you know,
I would, yeah, definitely for that, because it's more like, so you know how we can observe sometimes limitations of like people have
they're capable of doing
like
certain things.
if you're short, right? And I ask you to reach something that's 7 feet
why
up.
would you say that when while looking at it?
Are you calling Joanne short?
And she admits it too. But it's like if I was unable to get it and I asked her, hey, can you get that thing that's like 7 feet up in the air, right? And of course she would try to get it, but then like
she would
have like
try.
a very difficult time doing it, right?
And she'd look at you. It's like, why the F would you ask me?
Because I can't do it right now. I don't say I'm injured, right? So I can't do it, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder. So for sure.
So you'll feel bad.
I would feel really bad because then like I'm asking her to do something that's beyond her limits.
Capabilities.
Yeah, her capabilities, right? And so it's like maybe it would be something I could normally do for her, but then like now I can't. Then it'll be like, well, we're kind of both helpless here, sitting here, unable to grab it. We're like, okay, what do we do now? Yeah,
be creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it make you feel less of a man?
I don't think so. I don't feel like I've ever had a problem asking someone for help.
Really? Oh shoot.
Some people might call that shameless, but like I feel like if I really, so I have this point where I ask if I really can't do it. Like what was the last time I had some problem like that? It was like I think it had something to do with the sink. So you know how the sink gets clogged sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but what you can do is you can unscrew it and clear the little J pipe bend.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to unscrew the J pipe bend, and I guess it was like a super long time since it was done, but I was literally like, you know, foot against the wall and trying to like twist this thing, and I tried for a good half an hour and I could not do it.
Oh shoot. Okay.
And so I was like, at a certain point, I will be like, okay, I need help.
Okay, I need to ask Joanne for help.
I'll be like, all right, babe, you do it.
Hey, could you turn this for me? I can't do it.
No, I asked my dad because he was more familiar with it.
Okay.
Turns out I forgot to unlatch a few things, but okay. Yeah.
So in Toronto, I couldn't even hold any of my luggages. So it felt really bad at the airport when my girlfriend was holding our bags. It was only like 3 or 4 bags. And I was just like walking around with my hands free.
and then in your head, you're like, that's right.
So I definitely felt uncomfortable. Like,
because people look too. Yeah. It's like
right?
It's like girls driving cars and you're the passenger.
Passenger princess.
Yeah. Is that like, okay, if your girlfriend drives the car and you're always at the passenger, do you feel less of a man?
Yes, 100%.
Like I don't know, like I've been asked that question in the past, and in my head I thought it was actually a very stupid question because I'm like, why would I feel bad? Like, it's so sexist,
Now that you're experiencing it.
Well, if Reem drives, I'm totally okay being bad because I hate driving. But like simple stuff like doing stuff, like even like carrying a pillow into the living room, I couldn't even do that. Like, it's the chance of me falling is kind of high.
Yeah.
And re-injuring myself is high. Right. So it's like, I literally.
She's gonna get mad. Yeah.
And she's gonna get mad. And it made you feel that way, right? Like, whatever you did was futile. You couldn't really prevent me. Like, you were trying your best. And even then, I still get hurt. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
That's the feeling I gave, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's.
So how did you whip him into shape after that?
I think me getting mad a little.
Yeah, she got mad. I saw how upset she got.
So you got scared.
And then I got scared. That's how I got the bruise. I fell down. The chair, right? No, but I literally just like, I saw how much it affected her. And then I also saw that like I need to stop this kind of mentality. So I'm trying to undo a lot of these stuff, especially what you guys tell me too. Like, if it's a good friend, it's okay to ask for help. So now I'm kind of asking help a lot, which is good. When I ask my parents, I try not to ask my parents. No, because my parents tend to guilt trip. They use it as a guilt trip. They carry it on their back. And as soon as something comes up or you don't do certain things, they use it against you, which is very toxic.
Weaponized.
Yeah.
But that's also a very Asian thing.
Yeah, it's a very toxic Asian thing that we need to stop doing.
It's a very like,
it's like you owe me sort of thing.
Yeah. Basically, I did you a favor in the future. Like,
you owe me.
Should probably be doing
it. It's the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say it's the right thing. You're like, I know it's the right thing, but now you're making me feel bad.
Yeah. I was like, this is especially true, at least in my family. They will they'll bring up like in the argument, they'll bring up the littlest thing that you didn't or didn't do for them. And I was like, oh my gosh. And that's how a lot of arguments start between aunts and like sometimes even my mom. Like, they will bring up like the tiniest thing. Like, they're like,
give me an example.
You remember that time I paid this bill at this restaurant for like tea? I'm like, you offered to pay it. that's not really a favor owing thing, right?
Yeah.
And
but it's like, but we did it because it's, you should be thanking.
Yeah, we care for you. Yeah, so you should care for us.
Yeah. Exactly, right? That kind of mentality, right? It's because of that toxic Asian mentality.
Yeah.
It's like they grew up with it. Like, they immigrated here. They're immigrants, so they immigrated here. And I will tell you, if you go over to Asia,
everyone does
it. Like,
not just women.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there.
Yeah. So like,
sorry, not just Asian women.
Not just Asian women.
Yeah. But everybody does it over there.
Does Joanne do it?
No, I don't think so. Well, I guess say
here we go.
I do it too. So I can.
You do it too?
I can get petty. Like, you see me. You see me do it, right?
I haven't seen you petty. But when?
You've seen me petty before.
Playing Pokemon?
No, not Pokemon. Like when I was on the dating apps. Remember, I started reporting like.
Oh,
yeah.
But that's not because you report that person because he has a bad profile picture.
Yeah, but like, I guess I can still consider that petty.
Oh,
I still consider that petty.
No, do you think it's reasonable? Like, he flagged or reported a profile,
a couple of
profiles because the picture didn't show her face.
Yeah, that's petty. I mean, guys do it all the time. So,
really?
Yeah, guys put out like a half picture or like a mirror selfie all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that was petty. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the person, of course, right? But then like we learn from our parents, no matter what we think we don't want, right? So like, say like I guess you're like, I never want to be like my parents, right? But like, I think innately when we grow up with that kind of like a background, like when upbringing, it like consistently happens.
Yeah,
I think sometimes we kind of slightly adopted.
It
a little bit.
leaks.
Like,
Like,
it leaks into
yeah,
your
like
everyday
it's
life.
it's
behavior.
it's very
Yeah.
hard to avoid it because you're born into that environment, right?
yeah.
It's basically what you're raised like that. So it's kind of hard to undo it unless you like constantly think about it
Yes.
nonstop. But it's hard because it's just very natural
Default.
sometimes. It's default. Yeah, you've been doing it for so long. You've been born into that environment. It's very hard to undo something like right off the bat.
Yes.
It takes time.
And-
So
I think that's also where a lot of like, cultural differences lie. Like if you like that kind of toxic Asian trait, like if you go over to Asia because it's so prevalent over there,
yeah,
like if they are like international, I don't know, students or like they immigrated over here, they will bring that trait over here. And like if you happen to be in a relationship with someone similar to that, you have to realize sometimes it's not really their problem. It's like
It's how they were conditioned. Yeah.
Oh, I understand now. So Angus, you're afraid to let Reem help you with things because she's gonna use it against you.
Is that why?
Is that why?
maybe. No, it's mostly because I feel bad. Like I just honestly feel bad. But what about for you in like the Philippines or Saudi Arabia? Like, was there any like toxic traits or toxic like traits in the culture that
Well, definitely on my father's side, like a lot of my relatives, like you said, it's mostly the females that like
that's a petty?
they do petty things. They bring up things from they were teenagers or kids and they use it against their siblings. And then in contrast to my mom's side of the family, because my parents on both sides have 9 siblings. And
Wow, that's a lot.
and so we're a very big family. And what I did see in my mom's side of the family that I didn't see in my dad's side of the family was that my mom's side of the family is divided. There's an understanding. There are those who are more compassionate, like my mom's brothers and sisters. There are those who will, of course, like count every single bill that they paid.
Yeah.
There are those that like it's on the house, like I can't afford my next meal for the next day, but I want to offer this to you because it's from my heart. And I feel like in both cultures, the one thing that they do have in common is that they don't know how to translate how they feel in the current moment. Like, this is how I care about you, but I wish you would reciprocate that. And I feel like they hold grudges because things pile up and they don't know how to communicate. Yeah. So their only way of communicating is that they count the favors they bestowed upon you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah. I never thought about that one.
Counter. So it's like okay, sorry, never mind.
Basically miscommunication or like lack of communication. there.
yeah, or they just don't know how to put a name on like things that, because talking about your feelings can be very taboo or it's normally avoided in Asian families.
Yeah.
So no one really wants to sit with that and like,
Have a heart-to-heart conversation.
yeah,
It's too much.
Vulnerability.
yeah.
Yeah. So like that's where the eventuality where it comes up, like you said, the favors again. Like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, I've done all this for you.
Yeah.
Could you like show a little love here for
Yeah.
for your like whoever your relation is with that person, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow. We on this podcast we definitely learned a lot about feelings. It does not make us less of a person when we ask for help, and it's definitely stems from, I guess, a lot about upbringing
Insecurities.
and insecurities. And I think it's very important for us to really undo that as much as we can and be conscious about it. Of course, it's very hard if you're kind of raised up in that environment, but the best we can do is kind of fix that. A lot of self-work, I guess. But, definitely
More communication.
communication is key.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And it does not make you less of a man,
Mhm.
all right? When you ask for someone else's help.
I want to be passenger princess sometimes too,
I love to be a passenger princess. And not all Asian women
Yes.
are petty,
No.
right?
Just
Mm.
mostly my family.
This is family. All right. But if you like this episode, give us a thumbs up. give us a follow. Put in the comments. Let us know if it's actually if it makes you less of a person if you ask for help, or if it's it should be a norm. Like it should be totally okay. Yeah, give us a follow. We're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, IG, Spotify. Everything is in the link tree below, and we'll hope to see everyone on the next one.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.